versus... Alright, I need another name. It's a barcode. It's a barcode. I'm not doing all my bronze replays at once, okay? So I need a name. Alright. In the top right. It is the WCS champion, the idol, one of the oldest pro gamers, but still one of the best. It is Polt. And in the bottom right, it is our Zerg challenger, the Korean Grandmaster, Jebediah. All right, we'll have to see. Does Jebediah know who he's playing against? And what will he do about it? He's sending his Overlord in the right direction. Looks like we're not going to have any sort of that pool first into Ravager BS 4-player map cheese. All right. Polt, on the other hand, he's not sending out a particularly early SCV scout. He doesn't want to waste his money too much there, I guess. He's confident in his early game control. We'll have to see. The spawning pool, the gas, he's going to be lining up that Zergling speed, and then whatever he wants past that point. So nothing out of the ordinary yet. The SCV scout being sent out. This will narrow the amount of areas the Reaper has to check, but it will not scout all of them quite in time. Polt will have to send his Reaper the opposite direction. Alright, it looks like Jeb going to be switching up his Overlord placements here. He's going up to the high ground. Most players won't go for a Marine first. Even if they do, you can usually get the Overlord to the high ground in time. It's mostly a non-issue. So he's going to be able to slip that Overlord all the way in. And he's going to see the second barracks. And this is very important information. This is pretty much a lockdown of knowledge that Polt is going to be going for probably the 2-1-1. He's going to get 2 medevacs out. And he's going to be hitting right around that 5-15 marker. And we'll have to see what he decides to do in counter to that. I see the Zergling coming in. 6 lings were made, which is a strong response. Usually if you make more than 2 or 4, that means you really want to take your third base in a timely manner because the Reaper does get forced back. 2 or 4 lings can be picked off, and they're just for making sure the Reaper doesn't get greedy. But if you make 6 lings, that's a statement right there. At this level, that's a statement. I'm not sure why this Overlord wasn't moving yet. Maybe he's scared of a... No, I'm actually not sure why that Overlord wasn't moving. A little mistake there. He's under a bit of pressure from that Reaper. Maybe he's a big Polt fan, and he's real stressed out right now, sweating bullets. He stream sniped him. He's like, oh my god, I'm a Korean Grandmaster. I've never won anything, but Polt is my favorite player. And he's making little mistakes. Once again, putting the creep tumor right on the edge and not protecting it. It looks like Jebediah a bit stressed out, but on the backside, he actually has an evolutionary chamber. Sure, why not? Evolution chamber. He's got the +1 carapace right off the bat, so that's an interesting call there. He's not going for a quick third. He's actually going... Maybe the Zerglings were to make sure the Reaper didn't get a scout on that. Maybe he just made 6 Zerglings, and there's not too much... there's not too much else to that. Like, maybe I'm reading into it too much, but we will see. Yeah, the Reaper actually going to slip by the Zerglings. Still a good scout with the Ovi. I assume that's there to look for wherever this Reaper is going. But with these carapace upgrades, are we going to see some sort of multi-pronged drop harass? He doesn't have Overlord speed, but even 8, maybe even going up to like 16 Zerglings in the main base at the right timing, right as those medevacs are moving out, can be game-winning. There's a Baneling nest on the way. So this does look like he's going for the direct response. He's making a 4th hatch, but he's making it in his main. He's not sending his Ovies out, which is still kind of confusing me. Like, usually you want to at least have an Ovi like here, over here, to make sure the medevacs aren't slipping in. So I'm not entirely sure what's up with that. We do have the double medevac drop. Polt right on point, immediately boosting forward. The Overlord's going to be in position. Jeb moving on with that counterattack. Is this intentionally a counterattack? Once again, I'm asking the question, like, does it just happen to be here? But he's got to know the timing that this goes down. With the +1 carapace, he should be able to close the distance, even on Stim Marines, especially on creep. The Queen count is pretty low. He's only at 3, so he's completely reliant on his Zerglings here. But the positioning of Polt is pretty dirty. +1 carapace is done. He is working through those Marines relatively quickly. I don't think Polt realized that they had +1 carapace until he started losing his Marines so quickly. The Zerglings just take a decent chunk more shots then. But the Banelings are ready to tear down this wall on the other side. Polt's Marines are moving through. They only a few, not too many left, still a very dangerous number, but the Banelings are crashing through the front door. Now Polt has to go into crisis mode. He's got to defend. The Widowmine is going to bro. That can be easily countered. Will it be, though? The anti-Widowmine micro is pretty good. There go a ton of the Marines. At the same time, Polt has a drop in the main. He's evacuated his drop at the third base. He's got most of the Marines out. Does he have a hold on the wall at the top of the ramp? The third base will be forced to be canceled. That's a pretty big blow there. At the same time, Polt getting into the main. He's killed 4 workers against the 20 so far, but remember, he invested so much in Zerglings. The worker count is 23 to 36, but Polt still has access to mules. Never forget that. So the natural has been shut down here. It has been evacuated. This Queen being assassinated by that singular Marine, and he gets the Widowmine out as well. The drop over on this side, trading with some Marines. The worker count now 23 to 43. We got +1 attack on the way. More drones as well, because he just has so much control over the map. Polt, look at the supply. It's a 43 to 91. Polt down, but he's not out. Now, I haven't seen, once again, no spoilers. I haven't seen this game. It was probably on his stream. You guys might know what happened, but I haven't seen this, and I've seen Polt come back from games in such a ridiculous manner before. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I think he'll pull it back, but I'm not going to be exactly sure how. Now, the ways to do it are just getting that third command center, getting your upgrades, focusing on things that your opponent, what he can do right now is make a ton of drones, but he can't make upgrades any faster. He doesn't have any sort of way of getting his units significantly stronger, at least for a little while. So Polt focusing on those upgrades, making sure that when he does have the ability to establish his economy again, that he'll have the best opportunity to take a fight. And he's going to need to take a series of good fights. This isn't going to be just like one Widowmine hit. He's too far behind right now. This is the same build that Vibe crushed me with, except it's Polt playing Terran and not me. And it's Jebediah playing Zerg and not Vibe. So, we're here now. +2 carapace is on the way. Jeb is saying on that single evolution chamber, he's going towards the Spire, because the biggest tool that Polt can use to bring this back is going to be drops in general. Just having multi-pronged drop attacks, trading with Zerglings, clearing creep. If you can do that, you can drag yourself back into a game. Polt supply blocked at 69 over 69. He's down nearly double supply, but the mutas are not out yet. I don't even think Polt knows about the Spire. Okay, the drop in the main. Finally, a few units get up. There's still a lot of pressure. He's making 5 OVs at a time. The drop tries to come out. You know, Polt is frantically looking for opportunities here. Another drop out. The 4th base finally completed. The worker count 65 to 31. But the income disparity it's there, but it's not massive. Maybe a mule or two just died. I'm not sure, but Polt has no turrets. He can't afford anything but these units. The best defense against mutas is a good offense, being on the edge of the creep, trying to trade with those Widowmine hits, forcing them to fight into Marines where they can be picked off. You don't want them at the edge of your mineral lines, killing your SCVs. So right now, Polt's still out on the map. He can force the mutas back into this position, and he's Polting him back and forth right now. Yeah, he's going to drop on the high ground. He saw that first muta. He knows what he's up against, and he's clearing the creep. When you go for a build like this, you don't have many queens. You don't have much opportunity to use that creep. So that's giving Polt an angle back into this match. Ooh, nice Widowmine hit. Gonna connect. Do we get a second one? Oh my god. And Polt is only down by 25 supply. This medevac was cleaned up. I think he wasn't quite paying attention over there, and it looks like Jebediah left some of his Zerglings back. But it's 136 to 93 supply. 2-2 is on the way for Polt. And only +2 carapace here for Jebediah. The worker count, obviously the biggest disparity, but the army supply is nearly even. And we all know how good Widow Mines are, especially off of creep. Oh no, these Zerglings getting themselves caught. That is absolutely not where they want to be. Is even a single Marine going to go down? I mean, like, probably like 3. But that is almost worst case scenario there for those Zerglings. He has less to be able to trigger the Widow Mines without the Banelings being connected on. Polt working towards that 2-2. He's got a double drop over in the north, and there's not enough here to defend. If it was a single drop, yes. Double drop, no. And he's working through. There's the counterattack at the front. But Polt right now, he's burrowing the Widow Mines. He has the depot down, but there's not enough Zerglings to make a huge dent. The army's coming back to defend. Polt can focus down this base. Will he do so? He will not, but the army's moving in onto the creep, and 2-2 is seconds away from completing. Polt still unable to take his third base. The Zerglings made it back. The depot wall went down. Supply blocking Polt once again. But the fourth base is still up. Banelings not quite connecting as Polt continues to be ridiculously cost-effective here. 5,200 to 8,000. He's running through. Those Banelings getting a decent connection. Does he have 2-2? No, he only has the 2-1, but the Marines were stim there. His hatchery is obviously a sticking point here. I think Polt might try to snipe it. The Widow Mine's in a nice spot. He might have the supply lead, but he doesn't really have the creep he needs. Uh-oh, the Bane. The Widow Mine's connecting on the Banes. There's still enough Marines standing tall. He's not giving away. He's not trying to trade away his mutas yet. And he only has 9, so it's not like he has too much opportunity to do so. Big counterattack at the same time. Polt going to be forced forward. No Banelings here, but there are mutas. He takes out the fourth base, though. He's going to lose most of this. The medevacs will escape. The mutas not really realizing what was happening. The third base is going to be lifted, but Polt's still down by 40 supply. Now, the Zergling's coming back, but he's essentially giving them away. I don't think he realized the magnitude of force that Polt had out here. Oh, a bit of a mistake. The medevacs are caught out, and he's actually going to lose a couple of them. Now, that's a solid mistake out of Polt. That's something that's going to let Jebediah here back into the game. Now he can't invest in Liberators, just go straight into Liberators. There's no wall. Polt still has the double drop on the other side. The Liberators are going to try to deal with the mutas, but Polt, his back is up against the wall here, quite literally. And he's holding on. Another massive Widowmine hit connects. Somehow the Liberators are doing just enough, and he's going to drive this back. I'm not entirely sure how. But that Widowmine hit, as well as standing tall on top of the ramp with that +2 armor. There are no medevacs here. That's about to change. It's still 67 versus 115 supply, but Polt, his redeeming quality in this game is he's not dead yet. And he continues to be not dead yet. The worker count, 26 to 63. Polt moving in. He's going to actually be able to snipe off a few drones. The fourth base is being taken on the other side. There's no creep there. So that means it's easy to get close if Polt has enough units. But getting enough units seems to be the struggle throughout this entire game. Yeah, Polt sniffing around. He backs off right as soon as he gets close enough for Jebediah to commit his mutas. Right now, he's just trying to keep this drop on the map. It's not as important to draw the army back. It's important to have the threat just to keep Jebediah here from attacking. But we have +3 attack. The upgrade's still in Polt's favor. There are no Widow Mines here. That is a big problem. We're going to see some decent splits out of Polt, but the muta count has reached dangerous levels. We're at 16. That went a lot better than I thought it was going to go for Polt there. He actually still had a decent chunk. Yeah, the Banelings just didn't really roll in how they needed to. They didn't connect. Polt is pretty much out of mineral patches on his first. He doesn't have any minerals at his first 2 bases. These are now mining nothing. Okay, gas. But does he really need gas? He's got 750 in the bank right now. The third base is about to come under fire. The fourth is up here for Jeb. 62 to 26 workers. Ooh, and he takes out the turret. I thought a bunch of SCVs just got connected on. And now the production is under fire. Polt is coming in, but there's already a decent chunk of Lings and Banes on this other thigh side. +3 is finished. It's 151 to 77 supply. But once again, +3 is finished. The targeting is there. Not a single Marine dies to the Banes. Okay, like 1. But he gets the command center. Trades out a few mutas at the same time. Polt still down 85 to 143. He lost a command center. He's had 22 SCVs. His only advantage is being up 1 upgrade. The medevacs, well, the Marines are cleaned up. The medevacs are not quite yet. I'm not even sure either. Well, Zerg here is not sure that there aren't any units in there. I think he just A-moved and Polt wasn't really paying attention. So, Polt's going to be putting together what army he can. The army supply is not great for him, but it's still decent. He has 4 medevacs. He has some Widow Mines, but he's... Oh, there's no splits against the Widow Mines. Okay, finally the Widow Mines are going to be triggered. Polt will be forced back. He got greedy there. He had to go as far as possible with the mines to try to get those nice hits. Not sure what this counterattack is going to do. There's nothing here at the 3rd for Polt. He's still trying to move forward. The creep is being cleaned up. The mutas are retreating against 3 Marines in a bunker. Polt is down to 81 supply. The Widow Mines are about to recharge, and 2 more are coming up as well. Another nice hit! Just barely enough is what these Widow Mines are getting every time he splits against these handful. Another Widow Mine hit connects on the mutas, and Polt survives. But at what cost? Another Widow Mine's going to go down. He still has all 4 medevacs here. There's no banelings, and these are +3 Marines with a decent chunk of medevacs. There's no banelings. And the mutas are trying... They don't want to trade. And... Oh my god, I think he hit the Selecta Army Hockey. The rest of the units are coming across. He will drive this back, but the muta count gets shaved down. It's down to another nice Widow Mine hit. Directly into the forehead of of Jebediah here. With those Mutalisks. The worker count, 58 to 22. The Marines are still stimming forward. He's going to be able to pick off another couple Banes. There's no Widow Mines here quite yet. He still has a decent chunk of Marines. The Muta's nowhere to be seen, flying in the other direction right now. There's just a handful of Marines in a bunker, but it still seems to be just barely enough. Polt gonna sprint back to defend. The stim is activated. Another Muta gonna be shaved off. It's 72 to 123 supply. There is no hive. +2 flyer attacks is on the way. There's still double-digit mutas, which is enough to one-shot Widow Mines, especially with +2, I would imagine. Some Zergling attacks are set up on either side, but Polt, fortunately for him in these positions, his 3rd base is well protected against easy run-bys. He has to go all the way around, and that's what it looks like he's going to do. Polt now supply block consistently at 86 out of 86, and he can't seem to ever really get past that number. But he's in position. He can just gun down all these Banes. He's going to lose a decent chunk of Marines. But the Banes are removed from the field. And now another big attack coming in. There's no Banelings here quite yet. Oh my god, these Widow Mine hits are the only way for Polt to come back in this game. There's 6 more Mutalisks on the way. There is an Overseer down here and an Overseer over here. All the medevacs... Oh, actually a couple coming down the other side. The Baneling hits are not there. The first round is repelled by Polt. The Hive is on the way. The mutas shouldn't be fighting over here. The splits are coming in on this side, but all the mutas are dying. Here come the Banelings at the back. Polt splitting away. The mutas are not here to add their damage. I'm not sure what the Banelings are trying to do. The Banelings are going home. These disjointed attacks are killing him. And the muta count is down to 8. If he had just held back, he would have had 17, 18 mutas. But he just lost at least half a dozen. So Polt doing everything right, and Jebediah here doing everything arguably wrong. As Polt, the master of holding on in games like this. The supply gap is lower than it's been in a while. Another Widow Mine is not quite going to connect. He's trying to micro against it. Another Muta will be the victim of this indecisiveness. Will the Widow Mine connect? He's trying to draw it into the army, but he'll draw it into the... No, not really into the Banes. But the Muta... The medevacs. Polt drops under 50 supply. His medevacs are being sniped off, but so are the Mutalisks in turn. He doesn't quite kill that last medevac, to his great dismay. The Hive is done, but he can't really afford anything from it. Another couple mutas from the 4 Marines Polt has left, and the 3 HP medevac. The army supplies are nearly even. And there are no banelings. There's no energy. There's nothing left in the tank for that medevac. Polt is running out of mineral patches. His main base needs to be floated somewhere. It's still 57 versus 22 workers. Polt is not mining an ounce of gas. He's at 24. He has 24 gas and no gas geysers. He's salvaging his bunker because he needs money and marines. Oh my god. It's 99. The Ultraless Cavern is on the way. 8 more mutas. I think that has to be the nail in the coffin here. Right? He's making... No. Oh, this full medevac. If that gets sniped, that could be the ball game. But he gets a muta. So the counter snipes there. 2 Widow Mines. 3... Well, the unit count. 2 Widow Mines. 28 Marines. 4 medevacs. And a motherfucking dream. The Ultraless Cavern is done, but he doesn't really have the money to get chitinous plating or even any Ultras. He's just needs the mainlings, and he has a decent chunk over here. There's a drop moving over to this side, but there's already a base solidly up. Polt is going forward. Can he snipe the base? He gets it. The Widow Mines will be defended against. Another one. Will it quite connect? Polt gonna pick up all those units, but the Widow Mines will be removed from the field. I'm not sure where the mutas are. The muta's not really committing yet. He doesn't want to keep losing these units, but the drop is up here. It's going to kill this base. Maybe not the time for a drone transfer. But chitinous plating is on the way to Ultraless as Polt has lifted his third base over to another base and continues to be a nomadic Terran desperately trying to claw his way back. I think he can't beat the Ultras, right? Not once they have chitinous plating. He doesn't have a single Marauder. He doesn't have a single Liberator. Here come the Banelings. And they were on creep for most of this. Decent splits here. 4 Ultras are on the way, though. And that's why he was able to make up so much ground. Polt coming back into this base. He's lost the medevac. I don't know why the Marines are still here. But even more going down. There's no chitinous plating quite yet. Another nice hit. Polt killing all the drones. He's down to 14 drones. I'm not... But Polt can only make Marines. He actually can't kill these. He's gonna kill the base. He's gonna kill another Muta. And another one. He could kill the Spire. Here come finally some Zerglings. These units are somehow getting away. 60 to 72 supply, but any number of that in chitinous plating ultra. There's actually no mining. Zerg has 0 mining. But he's just making Marines. He has 0 mining. He has no hatches. But he has 4 Ultraless against 26 Marines and 1 medevac. I don't see a victory here for Polt. He's fought this far. He's trying to fight back. He can stutter step for days, but not enough days. That has to be that, right? The 1 medevac desperately coming up. He will raise the depot in time. And the Marines will stim almost to their deaths. 1 Ultra goes down. And another one. And remember, Zerg has no mining. He's running. Ring around the reactor. The Ultras. And he's Polt. Remember, he's building more Marines. He might have a Marauder. He's going to kill one of these Ultras. There's still 1 more Ultra. It's 36 versus 45 supply. The Ultra has no HP. It's desperately trying to get around, but it can't do it. What a fucking legend. What the fuck? What? I legitimately thought he was dead. And I've seen Polt come back from some things, but 4 Ultras, a dozen Mutas with only Marines and 1 medevac? You devil, Polt. You devil. Yeah, it was a throw. But every comeback is a combination of a throw and a used opportunity. And Polt did everything he could possibly do right, and his opponent did some things wrong. That's how it works. But still, how many people could have come back from that?